Hey guys, have you ever found yourself scrolling on social media for hours or probably even logged up and you feel drained still? On this episode, we're talking about the benefit of taking social media breaks. Most times you're going to be connected on social media, but yet you are disconnected from even the world around you. So let's jump right into the conversation with I and Death. See you there. Welcome to me. Happy new month.
Yeah, the thing for the month is mindful me. Anything mental health, be intentional, be real, and be yourself, basically.
Yeah, we discovered May deals more with mental health, and that is why we also had to think about the topic regarding social media breaks and the need to have social media breaks anyways. But yeah, personally I think everyone should um be able to know when they need break from social media, because you can get bored out from social media whereby I will just start doom scrolling and you never know why you're doing what you're doing.
Okay.
And there is the downside to being addicted to social media. For me personally, I didn't know I had an addiction to social media.
Okay.
And personally, I just had an experience with the Holy Spirit. That is your honest truth. And I remember when the Holy Spirit told me to delete Snapchat, then TikTok, then Instagram, then Twitter. And then it didn't really make sense to me. When he told me to delete Twitter, that was very easy. I deleted it. I didn't see any restriction. But again, he told me to take away Snapchat. So with Snapchat, I was like, I don't really do anything much with Snapchat. So I was get it deleted. So the day I was about to go and delete it, I saw a thumbnail feed. And I was like, oh, let me just view this feed before I delete it. And the Holy Spirit told me that if you open that feed, you've compromised with me. And I was like, which one? Where this one start now? So I kind of struggled because I really wanted to see, when you go to Snapchat, you see like some thumbs up, some feeds. So I like wanted to click on like a story or something, I remember. But I just had the budget, if you click on that, you've compromised.
Yeah.
And so like, I respect you and I will obey. So with a lot of grudge and I just deleted it. And I thought that was just it.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, he told me to take off Instagram. That is, I still don't feel like my brother, but I really, it's Instagram, I really like Instagram and all that. Yeah. It was very difficult to do Instagram. Very difficult. It took me a while, and I deleted it. Then whenever I had to pick up my phone, there was no other place for me to go to. Even I did the TikTok even. And so all I had on my phone was just YouTube for social media, YouTube and my WhatsApp. So I had to go to YouTube. So when I pick up my phone and I want to go to like an application and there's no social media or like no Instagram or any social media platform I can go to, I'm just forced to go and check out my Bible. And I just began reading my Bible. So it happened for a while. I was struggling because I felt that I felt unsatisfied that I would go to my phone and it's only YouTube or WhatsApp or my Bible app or something. I just go to that kind of thing, and it felt very uncomfortable. And that was when I began to see that a part of me was addicted to social media because it was as though I couldn't operate without social media. You understand? I couldn't go a day without wanting to take the feed on my social media to check out what is happening. And I didn't even know that I was already getting hooked to social media. Even when I wake up, with the idea of, oh, my alarm is on my phone. I've set an alarm. So when the alarm rings and I pick up my phone to put off the alarm, some notifications just pop up. I want to just go and like check it out. So I've already unconsciously been programmed to be hooked to social media, and I didn't even recognize until those people told me to take that break from social media. And I noticed that my attention on social media was focusing more on followership and likes. So whenever I went to social media, I was always checking who is following me, who is liking my comment, who is this. You understand? It was no longer about really what I posted, but about who was engaging with it, and that became the focus of what I'm looking for on social media, because I wanted that kind of probably appeal on the followership, the likeship,
The lies.
the likes, the likes and whatsoever. And when I literally ventured, I take that break for almost 3 months. I mean, I think you're with 3 to 5 months thereabouts. And I saw a change in myself. I had more attention on my mental state towards media and where my attention was truly going. Because initially I was just on autopilot, and I spent more hours just doom scrolling, without end. Most of the time we find ourselves, oh, we are on this subject online, and at some point we just find something else that takes us to something else, that takes us to something else. I think it's like
It's an endless loop.
endless loop, you would say. Yeah, you just spend hours and you can't really focus on what exactly, you got, or something tangible you can say you've attracted from what you've, been scrolling through for a while. So that's just it for me anyways. I wanted to say.
For me, am I addicted to social media? I don't know, because that's my job.
Okay.
You get it. But one thing that I realized with myself is that I can't take breaks from social media, because I'm a marketing strategist, digital marketing strategist. I have people's pages. I'm trying to come up with strategies day and night. Social media is my workspace. You understand? But one thing I realized for myself is I'm obsessed with my client winning, not my personal page. You understand? And so I started realizing that when I'm tired, it feels like I'm getting migraines, I'm getting headache. I can't even work for people again. So I observed for myself that every Thursday, I'm not going to work for anybody, whether it's a paid, whether it's unpaid, whatever. I'm not going to work for anybody. I'm just going to take a break. It doesn't matter how urgent your work is. On Thursdays, I'm done. Because you see, the thing is, social media is not a bad tool, but it can become your worst enemy, or it can become a god in your life if you do not
Put measures and
put boundaries. You understand? And people are so obsessed with, is my page growing? Is my page doing this? Is my page doing this? That's something I don't find my personal page. I don't find it's like something like I want to go. Because personally, I've grown a lot of pages, and I've used this as business. I've converted it to business pages. I don't get attached to pages if I go pages. So today I can go a page and get it to like 10K and be like, I'm turning it into a business page. I'm turning it into something else. I don't really care. You understand? I tried even doing content creation apart from the podcast. I have tried hair content creation. I have tried cooking content creation. I've tried lifestyle. I stopped because it's not me. You understand? I love to talk. That's a podcast. But apart from that, I don't find myself that I'm so obsessed with followers, liking everything. One thing I know is that I check that for my clients. I check that for the podcast to use it to analyze how best we can do the next month. But for me personally, I'm not addicted to social media. They understand.
No, definitely am I taking breaks from social media.
Yes, I have taken breaks from social media.
What led you to take a break from social?
I was tired. I was tired of working for people. I was tired of going through people's pages. What I realized is that as content was being produced for me to schedule them, for me to look at how best I can make this thing work, I was not able to do it. So I found myself that I was tired. I was exhausted. You know what? Yes, people are paying me. Yes, people are counting on me to take care of their pages for them. But this is the truth. I'm tired and I cannot do it. You get it? And thank God that I'm my own boss. So, I mean, it's not something like, yes, I do have clients, but I'm tired. When I'm tired, I'm tired. You can't force me. That's one thing. That's one boundary I'm personally building for myself. But apart from that, also, I think that one thing social media does is social media comparison. It's blurring self-esteem. You understand?
When you say blurring, how do you mean blurring self-esteem?
People find their identity through social media right now.
Yes, I'll agree with you on that. Yeah.
You understand? People liking their pictures give them a form of confidence. People commenting on their pictures give them a form of confidence, to the extent that if they post something and the likes, the views, and then the comment is not much, they feel like they didn't put effort in it.
Yeah.
And that is where it is blurring self-esteem. I've heard a couple of people that have killed themselves. You understand?
Really?
Yes, they've killed themselves because they didn't get enough likes and enough followers. I think I'll set for it and post it on our social media when this is launched during the week. Then you guys will find out. So yeah, so I think social media is actually blurring self-esteem.
Well, based on the point you just made,
Yeah.
I think to an extent, most people derive their identity from social media, or they get a sense of validation from how much people like or follow or interact with their content. And they feel if they put out something, they don't get that followership or that likes or whatsoever they're looking for. It tends to affect their self-esteem. They feel maybe they're not good enough, or they're not being accepted, or make them look down on themselves. Mostly if you bring that to the creative space, there are people who are in the creative space and they are like really, really good at what they do. When you see like their creative works and all that, from video editing to graphics, to, to whatsoever, and most of them don't get the interaction they expect. And most of them makes most creatives it kills their dreams. Okay, you could kill their dreams, yes, but makes them just more like crawl into their shell. You don't want to do so much anymore. You understand? But that should not define you as a person. I don't think social media should define anyone.
But it's doing that.
Yeah, this is doing that.
Really doing
Yeah, but
that.
I don't think that should be what should define a person.
Yeah. I mean, if you read 1 Kings 19,
Yeah.
11 to 12, it talks about sometimes you need stillness to hear God. As a social media is full of noise.
Yes,
It's
there's
full of-
quite a lot of noise.
Apart from the comments, the likes, and then the views, there is everybody saying everything. Everybody knows everything right now. You understand? And if you're not careful, what happens to you on social media is that you find yourself listening to what people think your situation is about than what God says your situation is about. You said, I listened to Wisdom and Wellness podcast, and the lady says something. He said, recognize your situation, but move with what God says you are. I'm not quoting her very well, but it's something like that. You understand? And it's very true. But on social media, yeah, you're going through a problem. For instance, people are teaching you who the right man is. This is the kind of man you should marry. This is the kind of woman you should marry. When this thing is happening in your marriage life or in your relationship life, is a red flag. If this is doing this, if that is that, this is how Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming today. The signs have already, the Antichrist is coming, everything. It's full of noise. And if you don't take breaks, it will be hard for you to hear God sometimes, because everybody is saying everything. And sometimes it also confuses you that when you even pray, the voices you've heard, the advices, the ideas, both bad, some good and everything, it has all mixed together, that when you go and pray, you hear their voice as God's voice and you move with that.
Very true. Very true. I see social media as a thief of time.
Oh yes, it is.
And when you're speaking about hearing God's voice, the more you spend time on something, the more you also turn deaf to another thing. You understand? And I found myself in a bit of I've been enveloped by just social media.
Yeah.
Just scrolling after scrolling, time after time, and every other thing just blares out. I believe we should all put in measures on social media.
Yeah, me too.
On how much content you even consume in a day. You get. And like you said, even speaking about this social media, there's any content you see that triggers you, that gets you excited, and you have a rush of dopamine that makes you really happy. Then you move to the next content. You might not have that rush. Unconsciously, your brain is looking for the next rush of dopamine, the next hit. It's almost like an addiction anyway, you don't even know it. So you keep on scrolling till you find out something that intrigues. Oh, this is really nice. Oh my god, this is red in the rest. Oh my god, this. Oh my god, this vibe. That gives another drop of dopamine that gets you excited. So you're always looking for the next high, I would say, or the next thing that would jump your excitement.
Yeah.
And it's almost endless. So you might be scrolling for the next 30 to 45, 1 hour, 2 hours, looking for the next thing that will excite you. Then
if it's 1 hour, you take it like that. You can scroll the whole day.
Yes, I thought people will scroll for a full 8 hours straight.
I found myself doing that.
8 hours scrolling.
I've sent my phone to the bathhouse to put on auto scroll while I take my bath.
I think I've caught you doing that before. I had to take your phone the other day. I remember that. That's an addiction.
No,
No. So that's an addiction. No, there's nothing you want to tell me. Take your phone to the washroom and put it on auto scroll so that's
Marketing strategy.
no, which one is marketing started? No. She was addicted to social media. This one, the inside the washroom. No, now when your fingers couldn't work again, auto scroll so that you could just keep it at the points and just watch it.
I'm just trying to find solutions in
What solution? No, what solution? At that point, when it's scrolling by itself, like what solution are you looking for?
either ways.
You're addicted.
But on a more serious note, the thing I'm gonna say about social media is social media break is when you take a break, you get to reconnect with life.
Yes.
You get to come back to reality. You get it? Because you see, when you are scrolling, what happens is, like you said, you are caught in an illusion, like this is what is happening here. This person is traveling here, this person is doing this person is doing that. You become even ungrateful.
I was about
Become very ungrateful with your life. Look at my life. This person, I'm seeing the picture.
You start
But the truth is, nobody comes on social media to show that they have not eaten. Nobody, you don't even know. See, this is the funny thing. Sometimes we post pictures of ourselves that we took last week, but that very moment we are putting the picture, we are very idle. We don't know what to do with our life, and what is giving us joy is that post and that likes. And what happens is that you get confused.
Social media was and I say that smoke and mirrors, because what the person can put out at a time is not currently how they are at that time, even how they feel at that time. Someone can put out a post, oh my god, I feel so excited, I went to this place and this and all that in the caption, and put that really nicely edited and it's very, very glamorous. But that post you're seeing at that time is not really the reality of the person at that time. And you can start comparing yourself. Oh, look at what the person doing at this time. I mean, I'm just here sitting in my house doing nothing. Or even start comparing your spouse with another person you are seeing online of what they're doing with their lover. They're looking nice online, but don't know if as they post the same, they're more fighting at home. It happens. I'm being serious. You understand?
Well, that's true.
And you begin to like see that as a blueprint for your life. I'm going to have unnecessary banter with your spouse about probably how they're treating you. But you're not just realizing that social media is just a phase or just a part of the bigger picture. You understand? And like you said,
It's like that's a piece
of the that's
of
a
the
piece of the bigger picture. Just like what he said right now. He spoke about how get my mind. How someone will not really post when they've eaten on social media. People don't really post their struggles on social media. Social media is more well packaged before it's put out.
We all want to look fine.
Like before we did this, we put this content out right now. A lot of things that happened today.
Honestly,
this shit was one of the most.
You guys are going to see this shit and probably think, we shot this on time at the time we needed. You see, everything is looking good, but the truth is,
this shoot was
supposed to start early in the morning. As at this time that you guys are seeing this, we shot this at 5 p.m.
No, 5. It's almost 6.
Okay, we are too light out. The
equipment issues, all kinds of.
But all this thing is not shown on social.
Nobody sees the hurdle or the struggle,
So you're going to see our content and you're probably going to say, look at them, they're making it work. And please, we had to go through prayers, a whole lot of things.
A lot of things, yeah.
So yeah, and personally for me, one thing I also realize is the taking of breaks and to realize life. Like I found out that I really love gardens. And when I was overwhelmed with social media and I started buying plants.
That's a new obsession, guys.
And I found myself that I find so much joy in this. That scrolling through, helping my clients. You understand?
Yeah.
I found myself with so much joy. I find it joyful especially when I see my palms growing, when I see my hibiscus growing, when I see my other plants growing. You understand? And when you come out of the social media life that it has become like our existence, and you come back to real life, you realize there's a lot of things that is important than just social media likes and views.
Yeah, when you take a break from social media, the first thing that hits you after a while is clarity and self-awareness with your inner self. Another thing I see social media does is that it makes us blinded to our self-awareness, that we're not really aware of ourselves
Yeah.
and know how we truly feel, and not to recognize if something else is what is trying to give us an emotion that we don't even have. And a lot of times social media can put you in a place, also depending on who you're following, though, depending on the kind of people you're following. Your feed can refine your emotion or your attitude. It can either choose to motivate you or demotivate you, inspire to either to go haywire or to just stay on point. So
Even the motivation, one thing I'm gonna say is that sometimes you need to rest. Rest.
for what motivations?
Motivations. Rest. See, life is going good for you too. It is. Trust me. As we're seeing people's pace, it looks like it is going very fast. Yours is also moving just like theirs. But then God, who brought you to this world, has ordained when and how life should move for you. Yes, sir. Because sometimes to plenty motivation, you see, do this and get this. I did this and I got this. Oh my God, I'm now in the YouTube monetization place. Oh my God, I just made it to this. Oh my, and be like, how far? Me, what's up? I just got a new contract and all those things. It's killing us. You understand? So whoever you're following, whether good people, whether bad people or anything, sometimes just put your phone down. Put that thing down. Get out of your house. Take a walk. Look at nature. Look at your life. Be grateful for it.
I mean, their experiences better and I would say greater than being on social.
Then enjoy the moment with your partner.
Yeah, that's
on your friend.
There are so many experiences that is worth the wow. What went on social media. Us as human beings, we're not designed to spend hours on this, and when we're beginning to spend hours on screen, it makes us become dull, unmotivated, at times even depressed. The people who spend hours on social media and they're watching exciting things, but to an extent they're depressed because that is not how we're designed. We're designed to have like physical experiences with interacting with our surroundings, the things around us. But if you begin to like give yourself more to screen time and just scrolling for hours, doom scrolling or spending almost all your time on social media, there's a sense of fulfillment you will not get. You understand? Experiencing life and watching the life is so different. You understand? And I feel like when you get that break, it gives you more time to reconnect with society, reconnect with your family, with your friends. Because most of the time, if you don't take break on social media, you can be lost even in the midst of friends. No, most times right now, I see people who go for coffee dates or they're having dinner or something, and you can see that almost everybody's on their phone. No, people don't connect anymore. You understand? Social media has actually brought us together, but to an extent too, it has also separated us greatly. That you can be in a meeting with somebody, be in a room with somebody, even a spouse in the same bedroom. They are both on phones. They are together, but they're disconnected. You understand? There's no those one-on-one interactions. We don't have them anymore. Even children right now. Back when I was young, now they call it iPad generation. Yeah, I was in the iPad generation. When I was young, I'd go outside, play with Sam, play with my friends, talk about it, do pursue, those kind of things. Those essence of that natural, experiences we have, we are losing that because of social media. And if parents don't even help children to also become hooked to that doom scrolling and trying to find a sense of fulfillment, on social media, which they can't get because we are not designed to spend time. We are designed to actually have physical experiences, and I think that would be the take home for me for the day.
Okay, so guys, I think this is the end of this episode. One thing I'm gonna tell you guys, or one thing an assignment I'm giving to you guys.
Okay, our teacher,
this week or this month, go out, enjoy,
experience something different.
Something. Don't take your phone to take a picture to post.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how beautiful the place is. Enjoy it without actually taking a picture to post. Talk to your partner. Even though they may be boring from the onset, try to connect with them. Play games with your family. Play games with your friend. Talk to your friends without having to take your phone to try and show them something online or anything. Enjoy this month. Take some time to enjoy the people you have around. Take some time to think about your life and be grateful to it.
Yeah, 100%.
Do it and come back. And after you come back from your break, come and comment and tell me how you felt afterwards, or tell us how you felt afterwards. We're waiting for you. So yeah,
this is Mindful May, and the most mindful thing you can do is to connect with your friends and family physically, the ones that are close to you. Spend time to interact with them. With the stuff I know, I was talking about something the other time, and he spoke about lem. Let us go on lem.
lime.
Is it lime or lem? Yeah, listen to that. I said that they have a time whereby him and the friend just go to lime or
The South African.
South African. She doesn't love South Africa, anyways. South African, everybody just come together. Lime. Something I said, lime. You know, everybody just.
You guys should just Google lime to find out.
I want to explain it, and I'm going to explain it. Lies by Travis Noah. He said it's just a time friends get together, just to sit together and just enjoy that time together.
And do nothing.
Do nothing. Just do nothing. Just be in your friend's atmosphere. Yeah. Instead of being on social media, just pick a friend that you love so much, spend time together, and just enjoy the time. You know, like how we do most time, we just enjoy the time. So yeah.
Hey guys, he has finally explained his lime. I don't know if you guys.
I don't know why this guy's in my business with this lamb thing. So whichever I've explained lamb. Anyway, so
Have a mindful week.
I was about to say that, just to take from my mouth.
Guys, just have a mindful week.
Amen. Amen.
Are the most beautiful creation God ever created. Have a mindful.
Have a mindful day. Have a wonderful time, and we love you guys. Thank you for your comments and your support and likes and all that. It really means a lot. Please make our time to subscribe. Show us some love. We will really love to hear from you and know what your thoughts are. And also share your own views regarding social media breaks. Let's get to know also what you think and how we can connect. All right, peace. Have a blessed one. Bye bye.